Hello, all you Gare Bears above and beyond, and welcome to another Gare Bear review. This time we're going to go over Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, Marvel's newest film, and it has, let's just say, it is out of this world, out of this universe. Amazingly, it was done so well. It was actually a very interesting film, and perhaps Marvel's toughest test yet. You know, if if Marvel if Marvel if Marvel can get an audience to believe, at least in the Marvel universe, that a group like the Guardians, can be heroes and not mercenaries on their own personal mission, like most of the superheroes, it perhaps can solidify to being Marvel's greatest accomplishment in the Marvel movie universe, and it's true. Their movie. I mean, it's true. Just look at their movie timeline. The movie timeline. Granted, the Marvel universe is clearly out of left field with weird and unknown tendencies, but Guardians actually took this to a whole new level. With Marvel, there are different species of humans, people. They have different sets of skills, different personalities. Actually, personally hate each other. And mind, keep in mind that this originated from 1969, when Marvel came out when Marvel came out with Guardians. It was now this is where it gets weird if it wasn't actually already weird. The film is actually based on the second installment of the comic, the continuation, the second coming, if you will, because in 2008 they retold. I wouldn't say retold the story, but they added certain aspects to the Guardian storyline that we now know. I believe they added like I believe Ronan the Destroyer was actually added on later on. So it was actually very interesting to see that they did is what with this storyline, they retold it in a better viewing point. Now, like I said, this film takes place within the 2008 universe, which is good, because the majority of the audience have either only read the 2008 version, or that tiny fraction that have read both installments. The thing is about this film is that it played very fast with a lot to take in. It had a lot of information, like most Marvel films. So you always have to pay attention to these types of films, otherwise you're not going to get anything later on. Which is fine though. But if it, like I said, if it's something important and you accidentally they happen to cover it with a joke, we're not going to hear it. We're going to miss out on connecting the dots, especially when it connects to the storyline. Like in Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, they actually did when they were interrogating Sitwell. When they were interrogating Sitwell, he kind of did a rapid fire of each of those name drops. The only one you clearly heard was uh, Doctor Strange. That is all you really heard. And if you have if you have good hearing, you probably heard about the one in Africa and so on and so forth. It has to do with timing of jokes, timing of dialogue, and sound, and surrounding sound. It really does. But this was basically the same thing of every Marvel film. It hid some stuff. It showed some stuff that we're going to see later on, and I could not have been more happier with that. Now I know, you always have to connect the dots with this. And now I've actually been talking to a lot of people who have read the comic. They did change the storyline from the comic, and like I said, I've been talking to people who have read it, and they actually enjoyed this version a little bit better. I didn't really ask why, but I did find it interesting, because I have read the 2008 version and the 69 version, and it's actually very interesting to see that people who have read either or version, like this storyline better, especially with Ronan the Destroyer, because it's an interesting character to put in within a timeline of this magnitude. Now I know some of you, now I know some of the mentioned as well. There are many future references in future stories and/or characters we may see in future films. But it's, like I said, it's normal in these types in Marvel films and in these types of films. everyone who knows that there are hidden messages and they show hints of future projects Marvel's doing. Overall, the characters and the way that they were played, they were actually done very well. Chris Pratt, I mean, my God, I mean, I knew he was like good for the role, but I didn't realize he'd be amazing. He basically, it was a little more an intellectual, a smarter version. Can't say that fucking word in my life. A more smarter version of Andy in space. In case you didn't get that reference, Andy, he's from Parks and Recreation. And then you have Zoe Saldana, who was okay. She could have done a little better on the acting. It was a bit choppy. It was a bit awkward in some points. WWE's own Dave Bautista was here as an interesting choice as Drax. He pulled off the comedic timing perfectly, especially when he reacted with Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel, who fucking stole the damn show as Rocket and Groot, despite only having one dialogue uttered probably around 7 or more times. But literally, this film was incredibly inside and out. It was done well and well casted, especially in bringing in back Benicio del Toro, Glenn Close, and for the Whovians out there, Miss Karen Gillan. Yes, she came back after the really stupidly bad movie of Oculus about a terrifying horror mirror. But the list goes on in this film. Like what I said. This film did what it should have done. It made us believe in the rest of the franchise and the future of what's to become. The only thing that is that in most scenes I felt like it was the actors were a little more. It was in some of them, not all of them, but they were nervous or just weirdly out of place. Like I said, Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana, she seemed a little bit awkward and out of place in some of the film. And some of the scenes. It needed to be better. The CGI was phenomenal though. Groot and Rocket looked incredible. The facial structure and the fur wood manipulation, whatever the program they were using, I kind of want to use it myself because it was spot on. It was actually really great. And you can't go wrong with Marvel's comedic timing and writing. The writing was superb. I definitely say you should check out this film. The writing was incredible. Just do me a favor, check it out. Don't miss this out on this. It's probably coming out on DVD probably within next year. Next up, I'm actually really dreading this one because I have been for a while. I've been wanting a sequel or at least a better reboot. People involved, they're just idiots. But yes, we're gonna go over it. Michael Bay is gonna try to ruin my childhood once again with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So Turtle Power, chive on, and cowabunga, dude. Let's make sure you guys stay tuned for that.